knows how you come across somebody once in a while you shouldn't have messed with? That's me.
I am not an African American.
You're Oreo cookie, white in the inside and black on the outside.
I don't have an afro, I have an Amerifro.
Talking that idiotic stuff you talk about, I will slap you.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Black as the ace of spades, but 100% American.
Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. The Jesse Lee Peterson Radio Show.
Okay, folks, welcome back. Welcome to the second hour of the Jesse Lee Peterson Radio Show. We are uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. Ruben Israel is with me. He is an official street preacher all over the world. And it doesn't matter the color or the event, he is there. Let me just quickly ask, and then I want to give the people examples of your type of street preaching. Why do you say that we deserve Obama?
I say that just because as America today, we are unworthy of a Ronald Reagan. I say that because that is the heartbeat of our nation. And if you want to know the heartbeat, we don't need to have a particular survey. Ask a street preacher. He'll tell you the heartbeat of what goes on in every city. And it is my testimony from coast to coast that we deserve somebody like Obama. He is actually what our people in America want. And so it's not like God just put him there.
Right.
This is somebody people voted. Now, whether they voted because of his politics, whether they voted because it just emphasized they're not a racist and they're voting for a black person, whatever their purpose is, we've got that man in the White House twice. I say he doesn't represent me,
right,
but I say very boldly that he represents this country that we live in here today that's going downhill.
So you're saying that, if I'm hearing you correctly, that we deserve Obama, we the country, because the country is so demoralized now.
Yes, sir.
I'm turned away from God.
That's precisely. And most Christians do not want to argue or talk politics or religion. And there's a very simple reason, because they know neither of both. God is very much into politics. In fact, we have two books in the Bible called 1st and 2nd Kings in the Bible, which demonstrates to any Bible reader God's involved in politics. The Bible warns against a one-world government. God is very much intertwined in politics. Remember, John the Baptist rebuked the King Herod for sleeping with his brother's wife. So men of God have always been involved in the politics, and I think Christians should be involved in politics.
I do too. So you're saying that they're not involved because they don't know politics, they don't understand it, or because I was under the impression that they have been taught and encouraged by the media and some of their preachers and others not to be involved because Christians are not supposed to be.
Yeah, you have a lot of different sects in Christianity. You have some that believe everything's preordained.
Right.
So there's nothing. Why vote? Because it's already preordained.
I know, that's so crazy.
It is foolish. I believe in a person having a free will.
Yes.
And so, but I do believe in America that we have people who represent us as a nation, not necessarily you and I, but us as a nation.
There are truckloads of black people. As a matter of fact, most black people, because 98% of them voted for him the first time around, 96% the second time around. And they believe that Obama was called by God to be there. They believe that he was put in there by God. This included the black preachers, too. And they believe that anyone who disagrees with Obama or criticizes him or racist. What do you say to those black people who think God put Obama there?
I say the God of the Bible is a racist, sexist, homophobe. He only used Hebrews. He only used males, and we know what he did to Sodom and Gomorrah. So technically, there's some, but I am against not just the black race. I'm against the entire human race and their disregard for God.
Yeah.
I have stood in front of Obama's old church there on the south side of Chicago and preached in front of it numerous times. When I go,
that's Jeremiah Wright.
That's right.
Jr.
Anytime I take a visit in Chicago, I pencil him in on Sunday afternoon and morning. and preach to those people going in. You talk about racist, that church is nothing more than a black KKK church.
I totally agree.
And
absolutely.
And this is not something I Googled. This is not a book I read. You're getting firsthand information on that public sidewalk when I preach against them. If God's going to damn America, Jesse, it's not going to be because of racism. He's going to damn America because of abortion, because of homosexuals, because of even your dollar bill has no more weight behind it. God says an unbalanced weight is an abomination. There's a lot of reasons why God would damn America, and it has nothing to do with racism.
Were you attacked for standing in front of that church by the members? Or?
Yes, we were. And this is normal. I mean, if you're a police officer, you're going to get shot.
Right.
If you're a fireman, you might get burnt. If you are a street preacher, expect to get punched and pushed around and slapped. That's why sometimes it's good to look like me.
I want to give the folks an example. Andre, let's go to soundbite number 2 there. Here's walking in the park. This is Hyde Park, London. And you're walking in this park. You're saying that there go the neighborhood. Here come the Christian.
That's right.
Hold on here.
There goes the neighborhood. Here comes the Christians. There goes the neighborhood. Here comes the American Christians bringing Jesus Christ to this spineless nation. You guys care more about a queen than you do the King of Kings. Have you lost your mind? And your prophet Muhammad is a pedophile. Your prophet Muhammad is a pedophile. Your prophet Muhammad is a pedophile. There goes the neighborhood. Here comes the Christians. There goes the neighborhood. Here comes the Christians.
1 minute. President stop my prophet. So either have a dialogue or you said this. Okay. No, sir.
Walk me over here. Walk me over here. There goes the neighborhood. Here comes the Christians. There goes the neighborhood.
They see us as infidels.
Yes, they do.
Worthy of death.
As a matter of fact, I challenged them. I said, your book calls you an infidel, and he's right directly in front of me. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And, of course, they did nothing. That country should be a lesson for America because those Muslims are so aggressive. They've changed their law. They've milked that country dry.
Wow.
And so
this is over the UK.
That's right. As a matter of fact, the white male is now a minority. You're either a Hindu or a Muslim out there.
Wow.
And again, this isn't something that I Googled. We spent several days out there in London preaching, and the Muslims have that place taken over.
I am very concerned, and I've said it here before. In this country, eventually the white male is going to will have become the minority. And I think if that should happen, it's over for America.
Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, God put us up in this planet to be an example, not to apologize for the past. As a matter of fact, we need to take over certain countries. No other country in the history of the world can annihilate their enemies in a war and then turn around and rebuild them.
Right.
But this country, you talk about the ultimate love your neighbor, America is. And so once we remove that, I do believe, like you, we lost it all completely.
I've been keeping my eyes and ears open to find out where white people are going next once it's over. And I heard that they're going into outer space. And so I'm saving up my money to go out there with them.
I just wish that that those men would have a little bit more spine and stand up for what they believe in.
Yeah, I'm just saddened by the lack of courage in a lot of white men today.
Yes, and unfortunately, it shouldn't be this way.
That's right.
We need to be thankful. I would love just to at least have us live back into the 50s.
Yes.
Where families
the
stayed
good
together,
old days.
Went to church.
Yep.
You can leave your front door unlocked.
Yes.
And so you didn't have to worry about things like that.
I want to get in this final soundbite that we have because of time here, where you're talking about this guy, Muhammad, and that he was a pedophile, right, with his Muslim buddies here. So.
Right.
What he's looking for is a lukewarm Christian that wants to come and find some medium ground with Allah. There is no medium ground with Allah. Mohammed is a pedophile. Mohammed, cursed be his name, is a pedophile. You reject the Son of God. Oh, you are. You are. Your prophet is a pedophile. And that looks at any 50-year-old man that looks at a 7-year-old girl and says, I want to marry her, is nothing more than a pedophile. Let's call a spade here at Hyde Park. Mohammed is a liar. Mohammed is a liar. Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and you can believe in a form of Jesus, but if you reject him as the Son of God, that will cost you hellfire. Question, what do you have against my God?
He doesn't exist. He doesn't exist. He's a fairy tale. That's what we have against your God, like we have against their God.
Speaking of fairy tales, can we bring up the issue of being a homosexual? Speaking of fairy tales,
equally fascist as the Muslims, you intolerant bigots.
You were so bold and so clear to me.
and you know, he's trying to equate us with the Muslims. I don't remember when was the last time Iraq had a gay pride parade. As a matter of fact, they'd kill
Good
people
point.
like him.
Yeah.
So we're very tolerant. You know, in the Old Testament, that we were told to kill people for certain sins. In America today, we don't do that. We do preach to them, and if they choose to have that lifestyle, quite frankly, they're killing themselves.
Right. It's against the law to speak out against homosexuality in London now. Were you threatened with arrest at all?
Every day.
Yeah.
But when the Bobbies saw us, they knew we were willing to go to jail for what we believe.
Amazing. Final segment with Pastor Israel, Ruben Israel, right after this break.